What device do you use for playing World of Tanks Blitz? Maybe you play on a Nintendo Switch or perhaps on a PlayStation. Write about it in the comments. I'd be interested to know what you play on. And I'm asking you this not just for fun. It's actually quite important because your phone, tablet, or computer affects how you experience the game, and consequently, it affects your statistics. I know that most players play on their phones, and in most cases, these phones are of terrible quality. Weak processor, poor screen, awful sound, or simply dreadful battery can already ruin your gaming session. So today, I'll tell you what you should play on, recommend some devices, and also show you what I personally play on. Let's go. Before we begin, I want to thank you. Our channel has reached 15,000 subscribers. It's incredibly fast. Honestly, I thought it would take about a year to reach this milestone, but in just 7 months, we've become a huge, close-knit family. Of course, not without haters, but still, in this video, I've prepared a new giveaway for you, so watch until the end and don't skip ahead. I want to make it clear right away that I won't be discussing computers in this video, because there are a lot of nuances, and literally any computer, even an old one, can handle such an undemanding game, unlike smartphones, where even some mid-range ones can't play tanks with a stable FPS. And all because over the past few years, the graphics in the game have significantly improved. Developers are actively transferring tanks to new improved quality as well as maps. There are also plenty of legendary and animated camouflage options. As a result, even quite decent phones can only offer you low or medium graphics settings, so you can safely buy any device from this video and not worry about it lagging. But I haven't finished talking about computers yet because I want to show you the computer I personally play on. Specifically, it's a MacBook Pro with the M1 chip in the base configuration. On one hand, it's a full-fledged computer, but on the other hand, it has a mobile processor. Nevertheless, on the highest graphics settings, the game maintains a stable 59 FPS. Yes, exactly 59, not 60. I honestly don't know why this happens, but it's a fact. Another thing that surprised me is that you can play without a mouse, using only the trackpad. Anyone who has ever used a trackpad on gaming laptops knows how inconvenient it can be. But on the MacBook, the trackpad is simply perfect. But that's not all. I have one more device for playing tanks, and I'll tell you about it later in the video. For now, let's discuss what to choose between a phone, a tablet, and a computer. I'm sure there are people who have everything at once and are wondering what to play on. Or perhaps you're currently looking for a new device for gaming and aren't sure what to buy. Let me help you with your decision. A tablet is the best device for playing tanks. Among its advantages, we can note the comfort of gaming compared to a phone. The ability to play anywhere, like on the couch or in the bathroom, which is just divine compared to a computer where you always have to sit in a chair at a desk, and your back will bid you goodbye. Also, playing on a tablet will make it easier for you to achieve high numbers in statistics, because most of your opponents will be playing on phones. And it's not hard to guess that you'll have a clear advantage on your tablet. Just look at the professionals. They all play on tablets, and only 1% of them might play on phones. This applies specifically to esports and playing for results. After all, you won't be able to participate in professional tournaments from your computer because only touch devices are allowed there. Okay, we've covered tablets, but not everyone enjoys playing for results, let alone participating in tournaments. In that case, it all depends on your situation. If you have enough money for a computer and want to play for pleasure, then your option is a powerful computer with a huge monitor. It won't be cheap, and like me, you probably don't like spending a lot of money. So if the first two options didn't suit you, then your choice is a phone. The good news is that now you can relatively inexpensively buy a powerful gaming phone with a powerful processor, a quality screen with a high refresh rate, and most importantly, a large battery. And I have something to offer you. Let's start with the most obvious choice, the iPhone. You might be thinking, but wait a minute, didn't you just talk about inexpensive phones a second ago, and now you're recommending buying an iPhone? Well, hold on. You don't necessarily need to buy the latest model. In fact, iPhones have such powerful processors nowadays that there isn't a mobile game out there that can fully utilize all that power. So there's not much point in paying for excessive power. You could opt for something like the iPhone 11. Right now, you can get it for a really good price. Sure, it doesn't have a 120Hz display or a huge battery, but it's an iPhone and you'll get quality and stability. The phone is very powerful and it will last you for several years ahead. Another option, if you're not a fan of Apple and specifically want an Android phone, offers a much wider selection. However, I'll recommend two phones that have caught my eye. The first one is the Xiaomi Poco F4. It's a popular model in Europe and Asia. The cost of this phone is very low at just $258. For this price, you get a powerful Snapdragon 870 chip, a large battery, and an AMOLED display with a 120 Hz refresh rate, which means you can play tanks at 120 FPS. Overall, there are many other cool features in the phone, but you can check them out yourself if you're interested. I'll leave a link to this phone in the video description and in a pinned comment. The next phone will be a bit more expensive, but the processing power here is significantly higher. This phone is the Red Magic 7. The cost of this phone is around $500, but don't rush to scroll past it. Firstly, it's equipped with a very powerful Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip. And secondly, try to guess how much RAM it has. Not 8 and not even 12 gigabytes. Just think about it, it has a whopping 18 gigabytes of RAM. My gaming computer has 2 gigabytes less and it's more than enough for it, but here in a phone, there's so much. I don't know where to put all this power in a phone, but at the very least, you'll have plenty of reserves for many years, and you won't have to worry about it. Additionally, there's also a super cool gaming AMOLED display with a refresh rate of 165 Hz. This phone is unbelievably powerful, and it's specifically designed for gaming, so I would consider it for purchase if you're a fan of mobile gaming. The link to the phone will also be in the description and in a pinned comment. Guys, as I promised at the beginning of the video, I've organized a giveaway for you to celebrate reaching 15,000 subscribers. The prize will be 2 premium tanks of your choice, both at Tier 8. You can see them on your screen right now. All you need to do to participate is simply subscribe to my channel and leave a comment stating which device you play World of Tanks on, your in-game nickname and account ID, the server you play on, and of course, the tank you'd like to receive from the list. The results will be announced in the next video, and I wish you all the best of luck. So we've covered phones, and now let's talk about tablets. I've also picked out a few options that I'm ready to recommend to you. Of course, the majority of tablets these days are iPads. There are hardly any decent Android tablets out there. Therefore, the first tablet I'll recommend to you is the iPad 9. You can still buy this tablet brand new, and its main advantage is its price. It's the most affordable iPad, and for a small fee, you get the up-to-date and very powerful A13 Bionic processor. The tablet handles any game smoothly on high graphics settings. Plus, this tablet has the longest lifespan of all models with a monstrous battery life. The only downside is the screen with a refresh rate of just 60 Hz. But at this price, you can overlook that. In principle, this tablet will be enough to start getting into competitive gaming in tanks. Many of my friends have achieved incredible feats on this tablet. So, the 60 Hz screen won't hold you back. It's all about comfort. You can buy this tablet using the prompt that appeared on your screen. It's an official YouTube partner, so you don't need to worry. Next up is the iPad Mini 6. It's a bit pricier than the iPad 9, but it comes with an even more powerful chip. This tablet is very convenient to use. It still has the same 60 Hz refresh rate as the previous iPad, but the difference lies in the more powerful processor and the compact size. Personally, I'm currently playing on an iPad Mini 5 and it's all good for me. It's even capable of running the game on high graphics settings, so you can trust in its performance. Overall, I plan to buy the Mini 6 in the near future. I really like the form factor of this compact devices. And of course, we can't forget about the iPad Pro with the M1 chip. Sure, you can buy the version with the M2 chip, but I think that's already excessive performance. There aren't any programs on the iPad that can fully utilize the power of this chip. So I don't see the point in paying extra. This iPad is even more powerful than the previous one. And the most important feature, you can rest assured that even on full high graphics settings, you'll get 120 FPS in tanks. It's a pricey tablet, and whether to buy it or not is up to you. Essentially, everyone already knows about the iPad, so let's talk about those who prefer Android. As I've mentioned before, there are very few worthwhile Android tablets, and out of all the ones I've seen, only one caught my eye. And that's again from Xiaomi, specifically the Xiaomi Pad 5. In short, it's like the iPad Pro, but running on Android. Of course, the power here won't be as high as on the M1 chip, but keep in mind that this tablet costs much less. And the most important thing is that it has a 120 Hz refresh rate screen. So if you want to become a competitive gamer in tanks on a budget and play at 120 FPS, then you can go for this tablet. But I'll tell you up front, while the tablet is powerful, it may not consistently deliver all 120 FPS on high graphics settings like the iPad Pro does. However, it's still better than 60 FPS. So now you know which phones and tablets you can buy to dominate in tanks. I hope the video was helpful for you, and perhaps you'll find something for yourself from this. And most importantly, if you do decide to buy anything through my link, don't forget to use the $100 promo code. Wishing you all successful battles. See you next one.